All night. Keep going crazy.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of After Hours. I am Maya the Activist. I'm Simone.
I'm Zay the Black.
And this is our
And I'm Twixx.
Yes, this is our guest. On this, you already know, we just basically shoot the shit, talk about different things, give our honest opinions. So as long as everybody, being honest, we should have a good time. Now, let's get right into it. I really want to know everybody's opinion on this. Studies are showing that couples with joint bank accounts last a little longer. What y'all think? Now, they not saying, I read into it because I was like, I need to be specific with some people. Zay. So, what I'm saying is this, that every account isn't shared, just like if they have one that's shared or two, they may last a little longer than a couple who keeps all of their finances separately. They talked about people being broke and needing the financial support from their partner and how it could bring them together. Opinions, which I think.
Well, I think I don't know about lasting longer, but I do feel like it could help with the joint accounting and doubling the finances and splitting bills. And it kind of depends on what's the responsibility of each person in the relationship. Because if one person is paying all the bills and the other person is stacking their money or just getting the miscellaneous items, then it really is not helping both people, just one person. So I guess it could help, but also making sure that it's a good agreement on what is the responsibilities of each partner.
I guess I agree, because to me, we have a joint bank account, you can see what's being spent for the house or whatever, the kids, the dogs, the cats, the animal, whatever you got together. Because to me, certain things can be separate. Say if you decide to put $50 away every check and to save it for something for your partner, and at least you have that separate account that they can't see what you're saving, and then it'd be a little surprise. And just when you want to automatic stuff, because everything's automatic now, you don't have to worry about oh dang, I need that money for something when it's already coming out the joint account.
Zay, man's perspective.
Okay, well, my perspective on that, it probably would make the relationship last longer, just because I'm gonna be held more accountable at that point.
Okay.
Because just from my experience in relationships and me paying for the majority of things and stuff like that, I'm gonna be held more accountable as far as oh well, what'd you spend this on? Don't worry about it. That's weird, because now that's joint finances. You're taking I'm taking out of our pocket, not just mine anymore, and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, I don't know, there's nothing really more to it.
Nah, I feel that. I feel like if we're gonna do it together, then we can have a joint bank account together. But if it's not something that we're doing together, I don't really see the point of doing a joint bank account until we're married. Only because of all the stuff trying to if this don't work out, trying to separate it. I don't really feel like going through the paperwork, even if it is one paper. Maybe it is. I don't know. Never tried. But do y'all feel like y'all have to be married? Because to be honest, this partner that I got, the first person where I'm I don't have to be married to you. I kind of trust you. You've shown financial stability where it's we don't got to be married. And we kind of started talking about doing some other things together. But do y'all feel like y'all got to be married to somebody to have a joint bank account? You cool?
I feel you should be either married or really, really committed, because then you're getting into personal things as to discussing how much each other makes, and some people aren't comfortable sharing how much they make just with somebody that they're dating or boyfriend and girlfriend with or whatever. So I guess like you said, having that trust there and that open communication, especially in the beginning of the relationship, where it's this is how much we each have to spend, and we're holding each other accountable for our finances. So I feel being married or being in a really, really committed relationship is important before jumping into something like that and joining accounts.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on the situation, because if you guys are moving in together, then you might as well have a joint account, because then even if it's a house, apartment, or condo, whatever it is, the bills still have to come out either way. Now, if y'all have your own terms, we gonna split it down the middle. You pay this, I pay that, and I pay electric. You pay water. I pay Wi-Fi. You buy the groceries. Now that's up to you. But I think when you're in that type of commitment, when you are living together, or just whatever the case may be, then it should be a joint account, because then you don't have to worry. Then you can make sure, oh, you put that money in there for that water bill. You put that money in there for the light bill. You don't have to. You don't want to wake up, your light's not turned on, because first they forgot to pay the light bill just because. This may be a little sexist, but sometimes they forget a lot of things. So you want to make sure the water's running when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's just depends on your situation and that trust, like Maya said.
What about you, Zay? You got to marry somebody to give a joint account?
I mean, we don't got married. We just got to be on that same time. Like, if we're agreeing that this is for the long haul, all right, fine. We moved in together, then that confirms it. The minute, probably after that first month, I'm going to be like, all right, we need this joint account, because I'm not going to want the responsibility, because even now, like with my roommate, like we don't have a joint account or nothing like that, but it's like we have like I'm trying to think. His Venmo is set aside specifically for bill money. Like, he doesn't use it anyway, so it just works like that. So me and him are both accountable in a sense, like, all right, hey, this money didn't come in, what's going on? Or it's like he has to realize himself, oh, I didn't drop something in there for the electric this month or something like that. Or I'll just say something to him because I can get notifications for it. So there you go.
Sure. All right, let's change gears to a more conflicting topic. Allegedly. Kanye paying like $200K in child support. What y'all? Zay, let's start with you, bro. Because personally, I think that's too much. I feel like I'm one of the very few females that I feel like a woman should insert a report of how much money and expensive she's actually spending on a child. Because at the end of the day, if the child is only costing you like $200, $300 every 2 weeks, then yeah, you should be getting $600 and $900 a month. But $200K, that's a little steep.
To me, that whole thing is just unfair, because like, I don't believe child support should be a thing, especially if the father's trying to be in the child's life. In his case, though, he's just not fit to do it. So child support's fair, but $200K, that's excessive. That's especially because he's gonna go broke anyway.
That's highway robbery. What y'all think, ladies?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yes, please.
They got 4 kids. So, I mean, 4 kids is a lot.
Yeah, my sister has 4 kids.
I mean,
they don't cost no $200K though.
I'm just saying, you gotta think the life they live.
Yeah, their means are probably different. Their school probably costs, their tuition probably costs a lot, their clothes probably cost a lot. They probably got a private chef.
That wasn't the lifestyle that
You
they had
go
before.
shop at H&M and go get in the kitchen.
Like, they probably have a lot of expenses that has to cover. But Kim K has her own money, and her family has their own money too. So like, that should have been taken into consideration as well. But they do live by different means, so that might
Y'all don't
be
feel
the
like
right
that
amount.
lifestyle adjustment shall already be a part of it? Yes, maintain things, but do you not feel like, okay, there should be a shift in energy, because there actually is? I think a lot of times the lifestyle that people are trying to maintain is the adult's lifestyles, not the child. Children don't really care. Like, I used to run around in brand new shoes and nearly got my ass beat for that shit. My kids don't care about name brands and the schools they at, unless you instill that in them. So
I mean, yeah, because I was gonna say, but you also got to think about, if they got 4 kids, it's very known they all have nannies. Down to every last one of them have kids, besides Kendall, obviously, because she don't have kids. They all have nannies, and especially a living nanny.
Yeah,
you gotta pay me money to live with you 24/7. This ain't no, I'm coming here Monday through Friday. They go on trip. The nannies go on trips with them. They stay at the house. They do a lot of things. So then you have to think about North is older, so she does probably have tuition because they live in California. LA ain't cheap within itself already. And then them being big, they gonna want this, they gonna want that. So I don't think it's that much, but maybe because I'm just seeing it from a rich standpoint more so than just like kids on a regular don't cost that much. But you just gotta think about their lifestyle. But also, it also depends, because we don't really know. They just say he had to pay $200K, but then they like break down what the kids actually needed. Though. That's what we gotta think about.
I don't believe in defending. I've been raised by a lot of single parents, single women to be specific. So I'm not going to defend her needing $200K when I know my mother made shake on less. So personally, I understand the lifestyle, but like when my parents got divorced, even in our broke lifestyle, we still had to adjust as well. So there is an adjustment period, but I feel like $200K is ridiculous. They're not hardly feeling it. Like maybe they are, but like if you really talk to it on like a human to human level, I get the whole lifestyle thing, but yeah. Just like as a human being, I think talk to your kids. At the end of the day, they have to understand life changes up on you at a flip of a dime. So when that does, are you going to expect for somebody to pay for the life that you already had, or are you going to adjust? Anybody else got anything to say on this topic? Because I feel like I've been thinking
I'm also just thinking that we have to question like the integrity of Kim K and her family and why she chose Kanye West as a husband, and like now that they're divorced, she gets $200,000 a month from him, not including any other fees that he has to pay and stuff like that. So just like thinking about Kim K as a person from the beginning and the jump anyway, and like her decision to marry this man and have kids by this man, and like now that they're divorcing, she's still like getting a payout. And that was probably something that her mom had written down well in the beginning. Probably. So like just thinking about her personally and the family, and like how Kanye West made the decision to join this family, and like if it doesn't work out, this is what you have to pay, and this is like what's going on.
Because Erica Mena.
I was going to say I was just about to say. What about? I mean, we could compare it to Erica Mena and Safari. He only got paid
$4,000 a month,
and she was crying
for 2 kids. Yeah, I was crying too.
She was like, I have to do everything and da. But to me, it's Erica's karma. I don't care. Nobody tell me it's her karma for all the shit she had done in her past life. The life she lives now, it's her karma. I mean, maybe because I don't have kids, so I don't feel bad for her. But it's just like, you know, the shit always comes to bite you in the ass most of the time. 9 times out of 10.
Hey Zay, I got a question for you on the Kanye tip. They apparently also alleged. We need an alleged badge. Put it in the bottom. They took away his like honorary arts degree or something like that.
Yeah.
What? But I heard they didn't give donations back though. They didn't give his money back. Just the fact that he don't got the degree no more. What you think, bro?
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is like my little like inner Kanye fan still coming out. I think they just try to turn him into the modern day Hitler, because Hitler got turned away from art school. And they just took my man's art degree away, but we're not gonna get into that. But I don't even know, like that. Shit.
Do you feel like?
I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again?
Like, I guess I'm gonna reframe it. Do you feel like, and it's for everybody, you feel like they proven everything Kanye been screaming from the mountaintops? Do you feel like they proven his point pretty much by retaliating against him?
Oh yeah, for sure. That literally that 110% proved everything.
Yeah, because you could say, like, we could bring up the Kyrie Irving thing. He can be like, Kanye been saying this, and ain't nobody want to listen. But look at Kyrie Irving; he's not banned from the NBA, obviously, but they, you know, brought him down to a little bit for no reason at all. But I mean, so I guess it just depends how you feel on that and what you believe in your inner thoughts about things what he talks about.
Yeah, I appreciate him for being kind of one of the main celebrities making a comment on this whole Balenciaga bullshit. But I'm not surprised. You know, these brands, they be getting away with murder for years in the name of making money. But Lizzo just got awarded People's Champ. Lizzo's still growing on me. I know she's been out for a few years, but she keeps doing stuff, and we keep taking a few steps back in our relationship. She doesn't know that. But I feel like the People's Champ, although I may have not given it to her immediately, I feel like she could grow into it. I feel like it may be what she needs to kind of take on the light I thought she was going to take on as, you know, body positive influencer. Not that she's not. It's just I feel like I would have went a different avenue possibly. But what's your thoughts on her being the People's Champ, and if you have somebody else that you would have wanted to be in that role?
I personally love Lizzo. Did you guys see Big Girls? Her like show. I think it's on like Amazon Prime.
I love that
with her dancers.
That was good.
And I literally like cried like every episode. It was so good and like so empowering and like just like having plus size dancers. And now she is working with like plus size men dancers. And I feel like she's just putting a lot of people on with like the body positivity influencing. People's Champ might be like a stretch, but I feel like she's definitely a candidate that like I think deserved that title. Thinking of anybody else that could have got it, I don't know. I would just say Rihanna because I'm just a stan for Rihanna, even though she hasn't done anything this year.
I was gonna say I don't know if I have any idea who I wanted to be. I think it's a stretch just a little bit, but I can see why they picked her just because in the nature she's not really into like problems. She kind of stays with herself. When people talk about her weight, she kind of addresses it and keep it pushing. People always find their way to talk about Lizzo and not her find her way of talking about other people. So maybe they just wanted to kind of lift her up in the sense like y'all can be, because if you think about it, every time they announce, oh, Lizzo's doing this, here goes somebody, oh, we got girls like Lizzo, and it's just like, okay, we get it, she's big, we understand.
Yes,
like you're doing too much.
That's why I feel like it's what the award that she needed, even if it wasn't maybe the best time and she could have grown into the role a little bit more prior to getting it. I feel like it was the award that she needed for what she wants to do and the direction she wants to go in, because like I saw her speech on it after she got it, and like the energy and her energy in taking on the award and how proud she was. I really like that part. But all right, anybody got any other topics or comments about anything we spoke about? So this has been After Hours. I am Maya the Activist.
I'm Simone.
And I'm Twixx.
See you later.
We'll see you later.